Hi, I'm Marissa Alva, and this is my discussion board 2 video for HsC 340 Spring 2019 A session. I will now introduce myself as my client Tigger. Hi, I'm Tigger. I'm 35 years old and came to see you today because I'm starting to wonder if I need to make some changes to my lifestyle. I'm married, no children, and work as a stockbroker. I'm really successful at what I do. It's fast-paced and I love it. I typically work around 80 hours a week. Because my job is intense, I've started smoking a whole pack of cigarettes each day to help with the stress, and I drink about 10 cups of coffee just to keep myself going throughout the day. About 3 months ago, I visited a doctor because I was having trouble sleeping. The doctor prescribed me some sleeping medication, but ever since I've started taking it, I've had trouble waking up to my alarm. Oversleeping has caused some tension at work with some of my big clients and hasn't been a good thing for me. After I overslept a few times, I started to become aware that I might have a problem. In college, I was a long-distance runner with a full-ride scholarship to UCLA for track. But once I started my job as a stockbroker, I just stopped exercising. And when I started this job, I envisioned myself as the same successful, active, and confident person, like I already was, but I envisioned that I'd gain some added confidence and experience. But right now, that's not at all who I feel like. However, I want to get back to that person, and thinking about how I feel when I envision myself as that person gives me hope that I can achieve that. I don't want to keep taking the sleep aids, so I'd really like to make a plan and take action towards some changes that will allow me to ditch those. I think it might be helpful to replace smoking and drinking so much coffee with something else that I can focus on. As I took the health risks assessment before meeting with you today, what I was already thinking about my health was confirmed. I know that smoking isn't good for my health, and the questions about work really opened my eyes to how much pressure I feel to perform, even though I love my job. I will now take on the role as a health coach. Hi Tigger, my name is Marissa and I am really excited to be meeting with you today. I think it's wonderful that you are already so aware so much about your health behaviors. You mentioned that your experience of oversleeping heightened your awareness to the fact that you might have a problem. This can actually be a really positive thing because one of the processes of change is called consciousness raising. You also talked about how when you envision yourself being the person you want to be and in the health state you want to be in, you feel hopeful. This is called self-reevaluation, and it is a very powerful tool in helping you change your current behavior. I also loved that you could already see the value in replacing your unwanted behaviors with something else constructive. We call this counter-conditioning. So you are already on the right track. These processes of change, as well as the fact that you've been thinking about and want to make a plan to change, are a great start in helping you live a more healthy lifestyle. You mentioned to me that as you took the health risks assessment, your smoking behavior was something that was concerning to you, as well as your prescribed sleep aids. Is that correct? Okay, great. Thank you for sharing that with me. In just a couple minutes, we'll set a goal together to start addressing those areas. Before we do that though, I'd like to gain some more understanding of where you are at so we can make the best plan for you. So my first question for you is, what do you attribute most of your undesired health behaviors to? Yeah, I can totally understand that. It seems that with the intensity of work and the time commitment, it just keeps you from exercising and makes you feel like you need more energy and has caused you to start smoking because you have to handle the stress somehow. In other words, if I understand correctly, you feel your job has induced these health behaviors. Is that correct? Okay. So it sounds like you feel as though control is outside of you. But no need to worry, we will work on helping you feel more in control. My second question for you is, have you overcome any poor health habits before? Oh wow, that is so awesome. So when you were in college and running track, to be faster, you changed how you ate. That is great. That means you have had experience mastering one behavior change already. Feel assured that the experience will help you be successful in making these health changes as well. Now, do you have any mixed feelings about making these health behavior changes? Yeah, I can totally relate to you on that one. I don't like uncertainty, and I understand that the transition and just not knowing exactly how your body will respond can be kind of scary at first. But I do promise that we'll take things one step at a time and make it as stable as we can. What do you feel like some of the pros and cons might be to making these changes? Okay, so some pros are that you would likely feel better, have more energy, stop taking the sleeping aids and stop sleeping through important work meetings, and you'll just feel more in control of your life. And you said a con may be that your coworkers will treat you differently if you aren't keeping up with the broker lifestyle quite the same way they are. So one idea to help you with this might be to utilize your wife as a helping relationship for you. She can be encouraging and supportive of your changes, even if your coworkers are not. Because your first priority and initial reason for coming in today was to be able to get off of your prescribed sleep aids, let's address that for the next 2 weeks until we meet again. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it for you right now to stop taking your sleep aids? A 10, that is fantastic. That is very strong motivation for you. Very good. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you would succeed at coming off of your sleep aids? Yeah, 5. Totally, that's understandable. I understand that right now it seems like you can't go without them, but like you said, you know you've been healthy and able to sleep before, so you have confidence that this could work. Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to start making a change that will allow you to stop using your prescribed sleep aids? 8. That's great. You sound like you are in a great place to start making changes, and it's something I can tell you really want. So let's do a quick recap. We know that there are multiple health behaviors that you would like to change, but for now we'll focus on getting off of the prescribed sleep aids. To do this, we want to set a SMART goal, which is specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. How would you feel about working towards drinking 8 cups of coffee a day instead of 10? Great. I'm so glad you feel that's attainable. So let's plan on you only drinking 8 cups of coffee a day by leaving out your 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. cups of coffee. That will allow the caffeine from earlier in the day to work through your system. Do this until we meet again in 2 weeks, and we'll see if you're starting to naturally feel more tired and ready for bed at the end of the day. Tigger, thank you so much for coming in today. It has been great to talk with you, and I know that you will make great progress as you put your mind to it. I'm excited to hear about your experiences when we talk again in 2 weeks.